Hello, my name is Lynn Isabella, and I teach here at the Darden School, and I teach in the area of organizational behavior. And what I'd like to talk to you a little bit about are some brand new cases that are set in China that I'm very excited about and am currently going to be using in our MBA for Exec program. But I think you'll find as I describe the cases that they might also find a home in your organizational behavior class, particularly with full-time MBA students. The first case that I want to talk to you about is Shenzhen Filtroil finding balance. This case actually is the real story brought to us by one of my MBA for Exec students who sent me an email one night and said, I need to go to China because we're having a problem with our Chinese partner and it's in 3 days over Thanksgiving. Can I talk with you? And as I met him for lunch and we talked about the situation that he was confronting, I immediately saw that this was an incredible case opportunity. And so, thanks to the protagonist and to the people that he worked with, we were able to present this case in this situation to you. The case itself involves a Virginia company in a sustainable business who has a partner in China who has a difficulty with one of those partners. And the question is, how will you handle this situation? I like the case for two reasons. One, it forces a decision. There are some real issues that the protagonist faces, and a decision has to be taken, and it will have to be taken soon. The other thing that I find amazingly appealing about the case is that it's set in a different environment. It's set in China. And while any protagonist might make one set of decisions if this were an American business dealing with an American set of actors, these are Chinese partners in a joint venture in a very, very different set of management, very different management philosophy base. The Shenzhen Filtroil case has some additions to it that you as an instructor might find helpful. One is it has a photo montage. And this is just a series of snapshots that we've created to give the students a sense of what it might be like to do business in China. And this can be helpful because if your audience, if your students have never been to China, or if in fact they would like to know more visually what they might find when they're there, this montage will help you set the mood for the case. The case also has a teaching note, which represents the teaching of the case twice now. So it's a teaching note that both sets out the plan, but also communicates a plan that works. Because it has been used and it is effective, and it does help you understand good questions to ask and reactions that the students might have to the issues that they're confronting. Probably the best part about this case was putting the protagonist on camera and getting him to talk about what was really in his heart and mind when he was confronted by this situation. And so you can hear in his own words the dilemma that he faced, the pain, and the choices that he had to make. You'll hear him on the video talk about what it was like to be in the situation, to deal with the actors that he was confronting, and you'll also hear him in his own words talk about the decisions that he took and the reactions of people as they executed their decision. Finally, on the tape, I asked him to talk a little bit about advice for anyone doing business in China. And so that can be great for any kind of an executive ed audience that you have who might be thinking about going to China, have some uncertainty about what it would be like, and he has some wonderful, wonderful pieces of advice. And also, he ends by giving you some Chinese phrases to help you greet people in China and act like you know what you're doing and you've been there before.